Japanese regulators are intensifying scrutiny of banks selling repackaged Japanese government bonds, also known as structured loans, due to concerns over financial stability and potential rapid losses if interest rates rise. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. First things first, I'm going to ask you to like the video very quickly, subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications on. Japan brokers rethink repackaged JGBs after regulator warning. Yesterday, we talked about the most puts ever on the market, which could trigger massive short squeezes across the board, but we're going to come back to this. I think we are seeing things really crack down right now. NASDAQ to end high-speed trading service after regulatory scrutiny. And the NASDAQ is reportedly shutting down its high-speed trading service. Now, the Financial Times reports that NASDAQ is accused of only offering the service to select clients. This comes days after NASDAQ is subpoenaed in the MMAT, MMPLP, and TRCH metamaterials bankruptcy case. In quotes, the exchange had been marketing a faster fiber optic cable that cut trade execution time by up to a third, but the service was not publicly disclosed, sparking complaints from competitors, the report stated. In February, McKay Brothers, a U.S. telecoms firm, alleged in a letter to the Securities Exchange Commission that NASDAQ was covertly offering the technology to certain customers for a $10,000 monthly fee. We are also seeing a painful march for hedge funds and short sellers. March is off to a painful start for hedge funds who continue to get clobbered on both long and short trades. This includes Millennium, Point72, and Schoenfeld, all losing money in March. Hedge funds are losing leverage and seeing profits vanish, which could go hand in hand with these short squeeze scenarios. On top of that, we're not done yet. Citadel, Ken Griffin of Citadel, also lost money in February. Now, we obviously have inflation numbers that came out, and we're going to talk about them, but let's finish reading this. So, Japanese regulators are intensifying scrutiny of banks selling repackaged government bonds, also known as structured loans. Now, this is because of their concerns over financial stability and rapid losses if interest rates rise. If interest rates rise. We have been talking about that unwind, and Japan is likely going to raise interest rates once again. Now, these structured loans, often bundled with derivatives to enhance returns, have become popular among regional leaders seeking higher yields. However, the Financial Services Agency, FSA, have raised alarms about the opaque nature of these products and the adequacy of risk management practices among some banks. Notably, investors are not required to mark these instruments to market, which can obscure the true level of risk. Now, in response, a major brokerage firm such as Nomura Holdings, Mitsubishi Financial Group, and Mizuho Financial Group are reevaluating their sales of these structured loans. This reassessment follows the FSA's announcement of a comprehensive clampdown on the $67 billion market, reflecting heightened regulatory scrutiny. Now, the FSA's concerns are heightened by the potential for significant losses if the market interest rates rise unfavorably, given that these products carry similar risks to regular fixed rate bonds. The lack of requirement to mark these instruments to market further complicates risk tracking. In summary, FSA's crackdown aims to mitigate risks associated with repackaged Japanese government bonds, prompting major brokers to reconsider their involvement in this market to ensure financial stability, which is huge. Now, President Trump has said the latest inflation numbers are very good news. We got the CPI that came out today, and it actually came in cool. CPI is cooling off. February CPI fell to 2.8%, below expectations of 2.9%, and that is why people are calling for some sort of relief rally. But is this actually a good thing? Now, inflation is still high, and we have seen that the odds of an interest rate cut at next week's Fed meeting have plummeted to 1%. So even though this is technically dovish for the Fed, they are still seeing no rate cut for the next meeting. Now, even if the Fed goes hawkish, or if they go dovish, we've talked about it, both scenarios are not going to likely be well for the market. If the Fed signals rate cuts too early, stocks and risk assets like crypto could rally too aggressively, forming a bubble, which would then have to lead to a sharp crash again because the Fed cut too early. This would also weaken the dollar. If the Fed decides that they want to pivot to dovish, you're going to drop the dollar, which makes goods and services and everything else more expensive, which tariffs are already in place. There's a trade war going on, and this just adds more uncertainty. So whatever way you look at it, we are not necessarily out of the woods just yet. Now, we are seeing recession search term trending once again, and it's likely to trend higher and higher over the next couple of weeks or months, especially if the market continues continues to sell off, which we will talk about in 1 second. Ray Dalio has just said something. He said that the US will see shocking developments in terms of how the debt crisis will be dealt with. He warns that severe US supply and demand problems may lead to shocking developments pretty soon. Now, China is also fighting back on the Trump steel aluminum tariffs. They say if US insists on suppressing China, China must resolutely counter it. Now, the S&P 500 is actually green on the day with a V-shaped recovery from the morning. I said yesterday in yesterday's video that we could come up to 567 and I'd be fine with that before rejecting, dropping another 2%. We came actually above 566. Okay, so very close to that level with this wick off of the cool CPI. We actually sold off into market open. Now, even with what people would say is good news, the market still decided that it wanted to tank off of market open, which just shows severe weakness for the SPY. We also have a major sell block, which we're about to get hit at 560.80. I just assume SPY is going to get rejected once again. Who knows how strong this recovery will be? Maybe it'll take us up to that 567.50 or the next sell block right around 568. But ultimately, we are still anticipating another sell-off and a break of the recent low at 552, which ultimately there are large gaps down to 535 for the SPY, and this will continue to crash the market. As of right now, you have seen them walking it down. Even with some good news, it doesn't show that there's strength, there's buyers, there's room for V-shaped recovery in the market. It still shows bad sentiment. Yeah, we came all the way down to a key support level and we bounced off of it. You saw we had a huge bounce off of it back here, a huge bounce off of it back here, even larger, right? And now we came down to it right now. We are a day later getting a bounce, but will it be as big as the recent ones? First level that we would have to break is 579, and then obviously we would have to get back above 600, which those are long out of the woods right now. Yeah, we got some decent numbers, but we are still seeing Nvidia, Palantir, other stocks, right? Other major companies get a big bounce up about 7%, but still fighting resistance at what was once critical support, now being critical resistance. Nvidia is still in this box right now, testing to break higher, as well as Palantir coming up to 83, which was ultimately our down target, our first down target. Now it is fighting it. So yes, we got a little bit of a relief bounce, but will it continue? That is something that we have to speculate on as of right now. Like Trump says, I don't think we have the cards to continue to bounce. Now, Bitcoin also cracked all the way down here to 76K 600, and it actually looks like we held this support down here. This support right here, this small support that we actually held instead of wicking down to 73K. Now that doesn't mean that this is over. I just want to forewarn you for that. We still have not broken above 85,000 and opened above that. Wait for a full open above 85,000 to even start looking at a bullish move on crypto. Tesla, can't make this up 8.23% yesterday. We said entering Tesla calls April 17th, $300 strike. Unfortunately, I exited those to put my powder somewhere else, but whoever followed these trades once again likely made out a lot of money because Tesla has already made its way halfway there. We were up yesterday on a major bounce, which we called out the $220 level, which was a perfect call out. Now we're up to 250, up another 8%. This is actually a stock that could have another short squeeze. Tesla is one of these stocks that short sellers absolutely took advantage of, and they take advantage of Elon, and I think they have some interesting things ahead of themselves for the year, especially with Elon's placement, especially with how the market is with the dynamics right now. It looks like this is one of the actual short squeeze plays, and it could be a huge one. Tesla just saw 2 days in a row of positive net call premiums as well. The past 2 sessions have seen higher than average volume on shares. Today, traders targeting the $250 calls for the week, nearly 50 million in premium already this morning. Net call premium 25 million. Tesla did hit that price target. Okay, this is just level 1. Now, before I show you AMC and GameStop, I also want to state that Elon Musk says Tesla will double its vehicle production in the United States, which is huge as well. Here's another short squeeze play I want you to put on your radar. Discord already got it. QBTS up about 11%. This is the weekly chart. It looks very good. They actually came out with some news pending. Okay, they were halted for news pending. They are also set to release earnings Thursday morning ahead of market open, which will be pretty interesting to see. This also has a 22% short interest. So if this does decide to skyrocket on earnings, right? and shorts decide to get out, they have this news with the warrants. You can see right here, each whole warrant exercisable, 1.45 shares of common stock at an exercise price of $11.50. Take a look at this, right? If we get back up there, that will be huge. Moving on to GameStop. GameStop is at $22.50. There's a couple things that I want to point out to you guys. First of all, huge sell blocks on GameStop. We talked about this, but they are just absolutely massive. Okay, blocking GameStop from getting back above 26.50. Apparently, it's a very dangerous zone if we get above 26.50. After that, you still have huge sell blocks inside this larger sell block, right? And then above that, you have more and more and more and more and more. I'm not sure. I mean, the way I see it, right, is something has to happen where these have to be removed. Whether that's them not having the capital to leave these blocks there or an algorithm break, okay? And also, as of right now, I want to point out, RSI is pretty oversold. It's below the 50 on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, we are almost at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, which we could finish out this week or next week and likely get a major bounce off of these bands coming into the following week when market opens on Monday. Now, we also saw Busta Rhymes post. I tweeted this yesterday, and shout out to Discord for putting it on my radar first. We buying this dip. Busta Rhymes posted that. Why am I even bringing that up? Well, it's because of Roaring Kitty's tweet right here, right? 9-7, Busta. Hit you with no delaying. Silly with the 9 milli, right? And we just speculated on him exercising those 9 million shares. I just thought that was some interesting tin. I mean, is it a coincidence? How many things can be coincidences? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I want to know what you think about this. AMC, this is the most sideways I think I've seen AMC trade in a very long time, and AMC trades sideways, but I'm talking these candles are side by side by side. Right now, right, AMC wanted to flush below $3. And under that level, I would have assumed we would see lots of selling pressure, right down to sub 260. But AMC got bought back up. Right now, we are clearly in a waiting period for AMC. We're clearly in a waiting period for GameStop. There is a lot of uncertainty as to what is going on. When are we going to squeeze? But what I can tell you, things are looking abnormal alongside these price spikes after hours that other people are calling thumps over on X because of Roaring Kitty's posts again. But like I said, we missed the couple windows that we had paying attention to, and I told you that we're likely to wait until April for some sort of move. And I'm fine with this having a longer buildup. I would prefer the market to crash even more and more shorts to, jump into this before it skyrocketing, right? And that would honestly just be better. It would be better. Absolutely squeezing shorts, forcing margin calls, so on and so forth. Also, guys, to close out the video, keep a side eye on Cassava Sciences up 6%, as well as Unity, again, up about 5%. I think both of these are plays to watch as well. Overall, get in the Discord server. It's in the top link in the description of any video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We have been sitting just above 30,000 subscribers, yet all of these people come back to my channel, watch the videos, and either don't subscribe or just show hate for no reason, which if you are going to be like that, just don't come back to my channel, please. Make sure to subscribe, guys. We could easily be at 50,000. Discord server, I post my trades as soon as I take them. We talk stocks and crypto in there all day long. Best vibes, best people in there, amazing family, and I look forward to you guys getting in there. It is hard to respond to the YouTube comments. Every YouTube comment, I would rather just chat with the fam in Discord. Also, the second link in the description is for Moomoo. It's a free broker where you can get access to 8.1% APY in your uninvested cash whenever you're not trading. But most importantly, if you sign up using my link and deposit into your account, you're getting up to 30 free stocks, and each of these stocks will be valued up to $2,000. They could be a $20 stock, they could be a $300 stock, or a $1,999 stock. And if you've already done this, send my link to your family member or friends and get them investing. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.